Okay, that is the programming logic and design. The first, you understand the structure. In this chapter, you will learn about the disadvantage of the unstructured spaghetti code. So if you remember, that's the last time we watched a video in the spaghetti code, everything mixed together, right? Everything is mixed together and totally it is a mess. It's a mess here. And you understand the three basic structure. You have the sequence, you have the selection, and have a loop. And using the programming input to structure a program, the need for the structure, and you recognize recognizing the structure and structuring and modularizing unstructured logic. All right. Yeah, the first thing is the disadvantage of unstructured spaghetti. The spaghetti code is a logically snap program statement, often a complicated mess. So think about if you have very simple program, you have no way to go to the spaghetti code. But in the case if you have complicated program and you break it down into many functions, and the functions they call each other and they mixing interleaving together here. It's very hard for you to keep track with the program, and it's very hard for you to debug the coding here. And normally with the static code here, it works. Program work when you run everything, it gives you out the output here. But it's very difficult for you to read and maintain and debugging also. So if something going wrong, you have to come back to see what is going wrong with this one, and from this one you will have to come back to another one here. That is spaghetti because everything is mixed together. It's very hard for you to separate which one is it. And it's very confusing and prone to the error. So you have the unstructured program. It's not follow the rule of structured logic. And structured logic is someone is follow the structured logic here. Okay. So here is an example of unstructured spaghetti code here. So if you look on this one, this is a mess. Why is a mess? Because you see this one here, it is a one. It interleaving with this one here. Interleaving is this one, and again this one is interleaving this one. So when working with the spaghetti code, when something wrong with the program, it's very hard for you to look it back to working with the debugging here. It's very hard. And if you look on this one, it's also very hard for you to follow up what is the coding here, because everything is interleaving together. The purpose of program is that if you have the complicated program, you only make it simple by breaking into the modular structure. But remember, the modular structure, they are independent, not interleaving together here. Okay, so you understanding the three basic structure. Structure is the basic of basic units of programming logic. Each structure is one of the following. Basically, for the coding, you only have the three structure. Every program, you only have the three structure. The first one is sequence structure. Everything is order from the first statement to the second to the third and so on here in the order. The second one is the selection structure. Selection structure is that it breaks it down into branches. So remember about the selection structure here. You only have the condition to check. You only have the condition to check. So you have the condition to check here about the selection here. You have the condition here to check, and the output of the condition is only yes or no. Yes or no, correct it or not. That's all. So when you have condition to check, you can break it down into two branches with the selection here. You have dual selection, right? So if the condition is yes, you do something. If the condition no, you do something. That is a selection with a dual alternative here. And for the loop structure, okay, the same with the selection. One thing about the same with selection, you only have the condition to check. You only have the condition to check for the loop and so. So you have the condition to check the loop. If yes, do it again and again and again and again and again. If not, exit the loop here. So remember, when working the selection structure and the loop structure here, you only have to think what is the condition. For the loop, you also have to raise the question, how can you exit the loop here? Otherwise, it will be the ended loop forever. Any program can be constructed using one or more of these three structures. Okay. So the sequence structure performs the action or the task in the order, everything from the first statement to the second and the third and so on here. You have no branching or skipping any task. Selection structure, it is a decision, or sometimes it's called the decision structure here. It only asks a question, and the output of the question is yes or no. Your answer is yes or no here. Take one of the two actions based on testing condition. It's know what everything is a Boolean expression, and the statement is either true or false. That's all. True do something, false do something. If it do already, or sometimes it's called if here. If it's correct, do something. If not correct, do other thing here. And it can be the dual alternative or the single alternative here. We talk about what is the dual and what is the single alternative later. Okay, for the loop structure, it can be it is a repeat action. The while condition is true, remember that you have a condition. If the condition true, do it again and again. Only exit the loop when the condition is false here. So here is a sequence structure. You see, you follow everything from the in the order from the first statement to the second and the third here. This is the selection structure. Selection structure for this one, you always have the condition to check, and you can break it down into two branches. If no, do something. If yes, do something. This one is dual alternative here. And dual alternative here, you see, if the condition true, do something. Else that means no true, not true. That means the false here, and do other thing. That is dual alternative. And this one is dual alternative. You break it down in two branches. And also you have a single alternative. Single alternative, you also have the condition to check. If the condition correct, do something. If no, don't do anything. If no, don't do anything. You see, you can put this one. If the condition here, yes, do something, but no, that don't do anything, and keep going on here. And the loop structure, it is a repeat of set of action while a condition remains true. It's that's a loop body. It can be called, it's also called a repetition or iteration here. And the condition is step first in the mode of the comment on the loop. It can be the while and the while loop here. So normally for the loop, you have the two types of loop. The first one is a pre-condition. That means you have to check the condition first. If the condition correct, keep doing it. The second one is the post check. Sorry, the first one is pre-check. You have to check the condition first. The second one is the post check. For the post check here, you think about this one. If you have pre-check, you check something. You check something. If yes, do it again and again and again. So we see if you have something, you enter something is not correct, you exit program here immediately. But for the post check here, you just do something, do something and check the condition. If yes, correct. Sorry, if it's correct, do it again here. So see, for the post condition, sorry, post check, you only do it for at least one time here. So normally for program, normally they working in the pre-check. You have to check the condition first before you working with the loop. So here you have the condition. Yes, do it again. Do one for one. Do for the action here. Again, check the condition. If still yet, do it again. Still yet, do it again and again until the condition no. You have exit here. So here's the thing. If you look on the loop structure here, you only have something to check the condition. Otherwise, you will have the ended loop here. For every iteration of the loop, you only have to enter the new value to check if the condition here is correct or not. Okay, you have a loop structure, you have a while, test condition, continue to be true, do something, and why. So remember that the condition here is only to be checked. If yes, do it. Again, check the condition. Yes, do it. Again, check the condition. Yes, do it here. Okay, so normally for every program, you only find the three structure here: sequence, selection, and repetition. And normally they are just combine them together. They are netted together here. They are netted together and combine them together. That is stacking structure. Right? Attacking the structure end to end. And you have the AND structure statement indicate it's the end of structure. The AND if statement or the if answer structure and why here. Okay, so here you see that is an example of the combining structure. So this one, you can look on this one. This one is a sequence, right? You have everything in order. This one is a selection here. You check, yes, do something, no, do something. And this one is a repetition, right? You check the condition, yes, do it, yes, do it, yes, do it, no, I sit here. Any individual tag or step in structure can be replaced by structure. Normally you have working as a netting structure. That means you net something in together here, place one structure within another, and indent a netted structure statement. And the block is a group of statements that execute a single unit. So normally, to make the program simple, you can break it down into multiple blocks here. Okay, so here's the example. You see, here's the example is of the combining structure. You see, this one it is everything is a sequence here. You see, the sequence structure is netted into the selection structure here. Right? The netted structure, a sequence is netted within the selection. And for this one, you have the selection here. Right? You have sequence here, and you have a loop here. Right? Again, you have a sequence here. As you see, it is a loop netted in the sequence, and in the sequence, it's netted within the selection here. So basically, if you have a program, you have to know how to combine them together, how to net them into each other here. And again, this one you see, you have the condition, you have the selection, right? And again, for this one, you have the selection for the loop here. This one's the loop, right? So this one's the loop, and this one's the condition here. And you have a lot of way to combine them together. And I believe that when working the homework or assignment, you can see that actually you have a lot of structure here. So now I think that it should be better you working with some of the example here. Let's see. Let me open the new one here. Okay, so here's the example, right? That is this one is example of the single alternative. So for the single alternative, you check the condition. If the condition is correct, you do something. If not, you just don't do anything. That is single alternative. Right? Okay, so for the dual alternative here, you see, if age is greater than 18, you put it yes, right? You can vote. If not, right, you are too young here. So that is break it down in the two structure here. So now see, you can simulate it into the router here, and we look it again for this one. Again, what do you think? You need one input here at edge, right? You need one input here at edge, that's right. That's why you have to go towards the router. You put the input here. Enter your edge, right? And you store in the variable edge here. Now you already got the edge. Next one is you have to make a decision to check if the edge here greater than or equal 18 or not. Right? So when working the raptor, working the selection here. You see you have the selection for this one here. Right? Drag and drop the selection here. Now you check the condition. Now edge here greater than or equal 18 or not. Right? Greater than or equal 18 or not. So if it is, what do you do? You will, you can vote here, right? To make it simple, you don't have to do this one. You put it, you can vote here. So you just put the output. You can vote. Okay, So now you run it. Oh, sorry, you have to delete everything here. Delete it, delete it, delete it. Now we run it. Enter H 30. You can vote. I clear it here to make it more. So now I put 54, 55. You can vote it. So what happened if I enter the 12 here? What do you think? If I enter the 12 here, what happened?
I'll just go to end.
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing happened here. That end. That you are correct. Okay. Now that is a single alternative. So in the case of dual alternative, see, you break it down into brackets. If greater than or equal 18, you can vote. You are Tu Giang, right? So now I just modify my program. I just copy here, paste it here, put it here. You are Tu Giang here, right? So run it again. Now I put the number 12. You are Tu Giang. That is the case working the selection in the router. It's very simple here. Right. So in the case working the Python also, if working the Python, so if you want to practice the Python, you should download the Python into the program and working with the idle here. Okay, so in the Python you can work with the interactive mode, or this one here, interactive mode, or you can working with the compile by the new part here. It's up to you. Right? So think about, I put the h here equal to this one is integer, right? You have integer, you have input, and the job h. Okay, now tell you enter it. So 45 here. So now we check the condition if h greater than 45, sorry, 18. Actually, for this one, you have to put it here. I don't for the interpreter. I'm not really sure how to work with that one. Sorry for that. So it should be working with this one here. Right? So now you put here. You have h equal to, you have the integer, and you have input. You have enter job h. Should be better you put it this one here to make it more straightforward. So now we check the condition. Yeah, if h greater than or equal 18, you have to indent it here. You have to print output is in the Python. You print here. Sorry. You can vote. You can vote. And if so, and honestly, it's quite a long time I working with the Python, so I'm not really sure about this one. You can run it here. You see, you have the syntax here. Okay, so one more thing about when working with Python here, I recommend is that you working with the window, option here, and you click on this one, show line number. So we tell you where is the line you got the error here. So run it here. Oh, this one, I think you have to put this one here. Okay, so see, if I enter the number 45, oh, the and is notified again. So and if, I think, what is it? And if, on if, what is the structure in the, no, what is this? Sorry, really, I'm sorry, I forgot it in the Python. It's really a long time I don't working with this one. Any idea from you? Any one of you working with the Python?
I would say, do you have to put it before end or no?
Sorry?
Do you have to put that before the end? Like if less than 18 or no?
If already here, already, check the condition. This one condition here. If it's correct, do something here, right? This was if correct, do something. If not, oh, let me check it here. Okay, and if sorry. If no, why? It must be show something here, right? This is not correct yet. Yeah, I know. So you know what is it? Sorry, it's a long time. No, not this one. No, sorry, I have to look it back again, and come back to you. What is this? What's the correct syntax in the Python? Okay, so actually you don't have anything. You just do it for you don't do anything. You don't have it and here. So 45. Okay, that's all. That is a single alternative, right? So in the case you're working with you have else here. Working with else. What is the else? What do you think? What's the else? What are you working with the else here? You are too young, right? Put here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we see enter age. So depend on what you enter. Check if age greater than 18, you do something. If not, you do something here. Right? That is a new alternative. So we can run it again. So now else here. So we put the number 12. You are too young. That is a way when working with the Python for the selection structure here. Okay, so let's see with this one. Come back again this one. Okay, you have the single and the dual, and you have the multiple also. What's this one? Okay, so that's something also I want to highlight for this one. If you look at the coding on the left and the coding on the right, what do you think? They are the same or not? They are the same or not?
No, the one on the right is wrong, right?
Why wrong?
Hang on a second. Age. Hang on a second. Age.
Why wrong? Actually, for this one, nothing wrong. No, nothing wrong. But the question here, they are the same or not? That's all. Sorry, the way it works is the same or not? Both of them are correct, but the way it works It's the same or not? So you see, this is a dual alternative, right? You will have the condition to check. If h greater than 16, you can dry. You can dry. If h, what do you think? If h greater than 16, so how about this one? H less than or equal 16. If see this one is h greater than 16. So if not, that means h less than or equal. So whenever the h less than or equal 16, sorry, you have to jump. But how about this one? Only when h less than 16, you have to jump. But when h is 16, you can dry here. So you see, it looks quite the same. The way it works, the output is quite the same, but the only difference is when the h is 16 here, when the h equal to 16 here, right? So you see, when the h equal to 16 for this one, you have to jump. You go on this one. But on this one here, when h equal to 16, you can dry. That is the only difference here. You got it?
Yeah, sorry, it took me a minute.
No, that is something I want to highlight, and I want you to pay attention to that. When working, you have to very clarify what's the condition here to make sure you have the condition correct or not. Sometimes it's that greater than or equal. It also makes the difference here. Okay, so let's see with sorry, no, I think where this one. Number 2, number 3. Yeah, great. Yeah, I think that in the textbook here, they have some example working with Python. So I think you can work from here. Yeah, that's this one. This one have anything? No. This one here. Instruction structure. Yeah. Boolean in Python. Try it, practice the Python coding. So this one, you have the x is a 255. Y this one, right? Print x greater than. Okay. So what do you think? What is the output for this one? Now look at this. What do you think? If you look on this one, what should be the output here? What should be the output for this one? You remember that when we're in the Python, the print is always the output here. So what do you think? What is the output for this one? Any idea?
Maybe for y?
No. This one actually it is. Now you think about this one. What you have y is a 102, right? So 3 times y is more than 300. Now see, x is 255. It's greater than 300 or not? 306 here. What do you think?
Well, I'd be wrong then, right?
Yeah. So actually, it's this one will print out the 4 here. You're not correct, right? That is a condition of the Boolean. This one is a Boolean here. Okay. And so this one also, you check y minus 2 is 100, and this one is check here in the Python and in the program. If you want to check if the two variable, the two things equal or not, you have to use a double equal sign here, not the one equal. Remember the difference here. I think this one also very important here. I think I need to. What is it? So this one. Whenever in the coding, when you use a comparison, if you want to check the two variable as the two values equal or not, you have to use the equal sign here. you have to use the equal sign. This one equal sign. But if you want to use the assignment, that means you put x equal to 100. That means you assign the number 100 to the variable x here. Right? So we have to remember the difference between the comparison and the assignment operator here. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, just remember. Now let me tell you something here. All right, so think about this one. So when you put x equal to 100 here, what do you think? What happened? What happened with this one?
As far as the output, or
no, actually, this is assignment. So what do you think? If you have variable name x in a memory, after this one, it assigns the value 100 in that memory here. That is assignment, right? But here's the thing: if you have the y equal to the 102, and now we check x equal to y or not, this is a comparison. Right? So we see for this one, we check x equal to y or not. What do you think? What is the output here?
It'd be incorrect, right? Because it's not
4. Right? You have the 4. You have 4 here. Right? That's all. That you have to understand the difference between the assignment and the comparison here. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one also, what do you think? What print out here?
It would be a true statement, wouldn't it?
Okay, so we see. Okay, you have to write this. You have to go up there. 4. The first thing, because the x is a 255, I have no way greater than 3 times 102 here. And this one true because 100 equal to 100 here. And you could keep doing with this one. This is everything about the logical operator, also the Boolean here. Boolean is everything is correct. Yes or no. Right? It's everything yes or no. Okay. So, okay, try the if statement with the Python here. Python. Okay, I think it should be better you working the Python here. More practice with that one. Okay, now you have S, it's a catapult. That is a text, that is a string here, right? You see everything inside the code mark here, it is a string. And you have X, it's a 25, you have Z, it's a 123. So check here. If 5 times X, is a 5 times 25, you have 125, right? 125 greater than 133. So this one is correct. This condition here is true. So when it's true, you're working with this one here. You're working with this one. So we print now the 5x is bigger. And check again here, the check condition. The tab here, you see the tab in the S is a catapult, right? This one, so the condition here is true. So we print now S content tab here. So we run, you see what happened here. Now this one right here. You see 5x is bigger, right? So 5 is bigger, and the catapult content tab. You can play around with this one. All right. So if I put the P here, what do you think? What should be the output here? What should be output for this program? What do you think? What do you think?
Speed tab?
No? Okay. So if you look on this one, this is a single alternative. See, you don't have else here, right? Both of this one here, they are separate single alternatives. This one is a single alternative, and this one is single alternative. So in the case of single alternative, it just check the condition. If yes, do something. No, do nothing. So again, you see, this one is correct. This one correct. That's why print now the 5x is bigger. But this one, What do you think? It's correct or not?
No.
Yeah, you see, you cannot have TAAP in the catapult here. You have no way to have that. So if the correlation is not correct, it's just skip it. Don't do anything with this one. So in that case, it's only this one is print out here. So we can check it here. You can check it here. See, that's all. You got it? You got it or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can modify it here. So we think about if I have actually accurate than Z. So what happened? What do you think? What is the output of this program here? What is the output? What is the output?
Incorrect. Well, yeah, incorrect. On
It's
the
not pronounced incorrect, right? It's not pronounced incorrect. Okay. So what do you think? What is the output of the program? What print out here? What will be print out?
It'd print out false, wouldn't it?
No. It's not tell you the 4 or 2 here. It's not tell 4 or 2.
Wait,
Is
are we
that-
looking at line 4 or line 6?
All of them. If you look everything
Oh,
here.
okay.
If you look on this program, I'm just asking if you look on this program here, what do you think? What should be the output for this one? For the program, what should be the output? You can look at here. You have catapult. This one, what do you think? The condition here correct or not? Yeah.
Oh, it's not the correct condition.
It's a 4, right? 4, skip it. Don't do it. So actually, this one have nothing to do. This one here, the condition here correct or not?
Yeah, that one's correct.
Yeah, so it corrects that print now here, right? So it's print now. Add what is add? Catapult content tab. That's all. And you can see that's all. It makes sense.
yeah, sorry.
Yes, no, it's okay. You don't have to sorry. I just want to make it clear for you guys to understand how the condition work here. Right? Remember, when working the selection, you always have the condition to check. And this is a single alternative. So for the single alternative, if the condition correct, do something. If not correct, do nothing. That's all. Okay. So now, here is a dual alternative here. You're adding an else clause here. All right. So now this one. See what happened with this one. Actually, I like to working with the practice here. So it help you out with understanding of the. Okay, now you see you have if else here, right? So this one is one alternative. Sorry, dual alternative. You have if and else. This one also dual alternative here. Now, what do you think? If I run this program here, what do you think?
It's definitely going to print 5 times bigger.
Yeah, right. This one is correct, right? This one is correct. That's why it's working with this branch. And skip this one. Remember, it's already correct. Skip this one. Don't do anything with this one. Now move to the second one. Move to the second one. What do we think for this one? The tab here in S, correct, right? The tab here is correct. Yes, do this one. What's the new? New is the replace tab with the tab here. So that means it upper it here, right? So and the new S is S upper and to run this here. So you see, this one is this one. It's the correct. That's why, right? And this one here, you replace tab with a capital here, and you put it here. Right? So now see, now what happened here? Now what happened with this one? What should be the output here?
It's going to be 5 times smaller.
Yeah, right. Because this one is not correct. So in the case of dual alternative, if it's not correct, it move to the else here. It's moved to else here. So you can run. You see, the file H is smaller than equal here. To make it simple, I don't do anything with this one. Delete it. I don't do anything with this one. Delete it. See, for this one, it's a dual alternative. Condition correct, do this one. Condition not correct, do this one. That's all. It makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think that is for the condition for the selection here. Now come back to the Raptor. I come back to the Raptor. I want to understand both of the Raptor and the Python here. New. Sorry, no, I don't know this here. Okay, so here think about. If I work in the loop, I have a loop here. This is when working the Raptor is a loop. So think about this one. I want to run a program. I want to run a program to print out every even number from 0 to 100. Every even number from 0 to 100 here. Or I think this should be better if I open this one here. You have here. I think it should be better. I have some of the example for this one. Okay, the loop is that you have the condition, you check it, correct it, do it again and do again and again. And you have the infinite loop here. Actually, this one it is a book from the previous SDEV 120. Now we change to the other book, but I myself I can see that the old book is better than the new one. It's more structure. It have a good structure. Okay, so here's the example. That is an example of the when working the loop here. So here's the example of the countdown. Countdown is that thing about you stand in the Times Square and you count down everything from 100 and go to 0 here. So we see you keep doing it every time. The first one decrease by 1, you have 99. The next one you have decrease 1, you have 98, and so on until the count reaching to 0 here. So if you look on this one here program, you have declared the count, it's integer, you set at the beginning is 100. That is the beginning count 100. You see, every time you do the loop, the count is equal count minus 1, decrease by 1 here. And again, when count equal to minus 1, you have to check if the count here reaching to 0 or not. If not, keep doing it here. So you can do it on you can do it the Raptor here. Think about this one. The first thing you have to do assignment. For this one, you don't have to do anything with the input. So for this one, you have count here. And you set it at 100 here. You set the count 100. Count 100 now. So you working with the loop here. Loop, you only have the condition here to check. So what do you think? What is the condition you put here? When you want to access the loop, what do you think?
To count it down, you mean, or
no? When you want to access the loop, so we think about if you were standing in the Times Square, you count from everything from 100, and when it ends.
Yeah.
When it ends, count to 0. So when it's 0, yeah. So we see the condition here. If count here is equal to 0. Remember that you check with the comparison, you have double equal here, 0 here. So when the count equal to 0, you correct yes. You correct yes. You put it here. And Happy New Year. That is the countdown here. Happy New Year here. Okay, now you look inside the loop. Now, so every time countdown time, I want to print out what is the count now, right? So that's why I have the output here. I want to print it out. Count here. How is to make it? How is? Okay. So now, if you look on this program here, you have a count 100, right? Print out 100, check the cow not equal to 0. Keep doing it. So what do you think about this program? If you look on this program, any comment for this program? Any comment? Any comment for this program?
How does it know to count down? Is there any condition for that?
Sorry?
It doesn't look like there's a condition for it to count down. It just
No,
looks like
the
it's going to go
condition
to
here.
constant stream of 100.
Now we see the condition here. The cow equals 0. That is the condition. You check.
Yeah.
If cow not equal to 0, keep doing it. Keep doing it. That is the condition. That is condition here.
Yeah. What I meant to ask is how will it count down from 100?
Yeah, that is a great question here. That's a very good observation here. So actually for this one, it is endless loop here. Because the thing here, the cow here is only 100. And 100, when you check, it never ever equal to 0. And keep doing it forever. Print now 100 forever.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Now, the question is very good here. You can see it run down here. You see, it run down forever. It run down forever. Never end. Because the condition here is never true here. So that's why that is something I want to highlight to you, that whenever working with a loop, you have to pay attention how to access the loop here. And in order to access the loop, you have to action to change the condition here. For this one, you never ever change because the cow is only 100 and the condition never ever correct, and you have no way to exit here. So what do you think? How to correct this program? How to correct this program here? How to correct this program?
Should you put the input above the loop?
No. For this one, you don't have input. You don't have need input. Now, see, what do you think? For every time the loop do it again and again, what action you have to do? What action you have to do?
An assignment?
Assignment what?
The count is?
Count is what? Decrease by 1. Right?
Yeah.
You want to decrease to 99, 98, 98. That's why you just do assignment. You do assignment here, and you have count equal count minus 1. That's all. You see, the first iteration 99. Check, it's not equal 0 yet. The second one 98. Check, it's not yet. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it until it's reaching to 0 here. I see. That is a key step here. You always have to action to change some inside something in the loop to make sure that at some point the condition here is correct to exit the loop. Otherwise, keep doing it. So we see. Now we run it again. Why? I don't know why sorry, this one. Yeah, I see. Everything works perfectly, right? Everything perfectly. And of course, with the loop, you can do a lot with things with loop. You can increase it, you can decrease it, or you can change the step here. You see now. To one here is take a long time for me to count, right? So I think it should be better. Why? I minus 10 here to make it faster, right? So see, you run it again. It's way faster, right? So that is the way working the loop here. It makes sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now see if you have anything with the Python for the loop. Let's see. Okay, so here's the loop structure. You see, you have the condition to check. Remember, you only have some action to change the condition here. Otherwise, it's any loop here. So why statement with the Python? Okay, this one also is very good, very good, interesting program here. So I think it should be better. I copy it to the Python here to make it easy for you to follow here. This one is the import random. That in the random you have a lot of function, and the most important of the random here is that you can generate the random number. So this one here, you have random, you have run integer here from 1 to 10. That means it generates random integer number from 1 to 10. Right? So this step here, you just think about that. It just generates the random number from 1 to 10 only. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now, here's the thing. The first thing is that you ask the user enter the number. Right? This one is a guessing game. You enter the number. Right? So think about as user enters the number. Sorry, you have the number, right? You have the number. If the enter number 4 here. Now, every time the user have to guess it. How we guess it? Guess it by generate the random number from 1 to 10. So if you guessing it's the same with the number user enter, I print now. I guess it. It's correct, right? I guess it. I get this number. Let's check again. You see, this one is not equal. This one is exclamation and equal here is not equal. So it's not equal. We now that try it again. Remember, whenever try again, you have to generate the guess again here. Right? To the new one. Other one, it also it is ended loop here. Right? So you see, you can run it here. Run program. What is this one? You can run the program here, right? So enter the number between the 10. So I number 5 here. Okay, you keep doing it until it gets correct here. Right? You see, if not correct, doing it. You see on this one here, that is a y here, and that is when it's not equal, right? That when it's not the same. Keep doing it. So what is it? Keep doing it. Print now. What is the guess number and what's your enter? And again, get the new random here. Okay. Now the thing here. If I delete this one, what do you think? If I delete this one, what do you think? What happened? What happened here? If I delete this one, now see. If I delete this one, what happened?
You just keep guessing? I mean,
see, you only guess it for one time, huh? You only guess it for one time, and you enter it only one time here, huh? Think about this one. You only guess it for one time, and you only input one time. So think about if you input the number 5 and the guess is number 4, the condition here, what do you think? Always true, right? Because the 5 is not equal to the 4. So it keeps printing forever here. It's an infinite loop. It's an infinite loop here. You got my point? So think about this one. If I have the number, think about if I have number here, number 5 here, right? If the program generates the random number 4 here. You see, sorry, number 4 here. You see, 5 and 4 is not the same. This condition here is only true. So when it's only true, keep doing it inside the loop forever. You got my point?
yeah.
Yeah. So you can run here. You see, you run it here. What happened? I have number 5. See, every time it's the same, right? Because I only guess it one time. I don't guess it one time, and the random number also is only one time. You have no way to exit program here. It's infinite loop here. Sorry, what's this? Oh, why I cannot stop it? Normally I have to Control C. It's to stop it here. Yeah. So we see that is a problem, right? That is the problem with the program here. That's why. Sorry, not this one. I have undo. No. No, sorry. I have to put it here again. Okay, so that's why here. Every time when you print out, you have to get the new one. Again, you have to check it again. When you got the new one, you check it again, correct or not. If not correct, do it again, do it again, do it again. Okay, it makes sense. Hello?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So using the while loop, this is Java. You don't have to do it. Java here. Okay, that is the combining structure. Sleep. Okay, this is a netted here. That is a netted. In the case netted. Okay, so this is the selection inside the selection here. The selection inside section. So it should be better you working with this one. Yeah. Okay, that is also it's a program. You have the loop. Sorry, you have the combination of the netted loop and the selection here. I think you should do it on the next week. Sorry, on the third slide here. It's waiting. Let's see what you have for this one. So let's see for the chapter 3, what is the homework here? You have the debug. Okay, you have the debug with this one. You have the router. What is debug here? Okay. If you look on this one, what do you think? What's going wrong with this one? What do you think? What is going wrong with this one? What is going wrong with this one? You see, you have everything about the declaration here. You have everything about declaration here. So let's see. What do you think? What's wrong with this one?
Let's see.
User do it everything from the first statement to to the last statement and try to think what is the meaning of each statement here, and you can understand what is it.
You have to, yeah, you have to do an input for passing, right?
What I say again?
Do you have to put an input for passing grade?
No, what's the passing grade? Passing here already 60.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
So what do you think?
Is the output wrong on the bottom?
Output? Oh, is that output that you pass or fail? That's correct. Now you see if the average is greater than passing, print out the output pass, else fail. That's correct.
Okay.
So if you look on this one, the first thing I think that the first thing you have to understand the structure program here. You have to understand the structure program here. Okay, so we think about this one. Let's see. Let me go back to. Oh, sorry. Let's see. This one, right? So you have the first test, you have second test, you figured out what's the average. So after that, you compare, right? You compare. If the average is greater than 60, the passing here. If the average is greater than 60, you print out the pass. If less than, you have fail here. Right? And this one you have to look. So when you're done with the first student, you can move to the another one. You can move to the another one. You can move to the another one. What is the condition to exit the loop here? What's the condition to exit the loop? What's the condition to exit the loop?
The passing grade?
No. If you want to check the condition, you have to check in the y here. The y and then y here is the condition here. Right? So what is the condition to exit the loop? Now let me draw it here to you, so we make it more sense for you. So think about this one. Now you look, see, if you look, you have a y. If you look at y, you understand that you have the condition here to check. That is the condition. What do you think? What is the condition here to exit the loop? Y is the test number 1 not equal to 0, right? Why is the test number 1 not equal to 0? If the condition true, keep doing it. Keep doing it. So you have to enter this one. You see, you have to enter input the test number 1, input here. Test 1, input test 2. And you figure out what's the average. So from average here, okay, you have a selection. A selection. If the average greater than passing or the greater than the 60 here, that's the passing. Yet print out pass, and no, you print out fail here. And you print out. When you print out, do it again. Come back to do the next screen here. So if you look into the program here, you can see the condition here. First test not equal to 0. That is the condition. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the condition. That's the condition here. But what happened with this one? What's wrong with this one here? What do you think? What's wrong with this one? What's wrong with this one?
If it fails, there's no loop.
Sorry?
If it's a failing grade, it doesn't go back to the beginning, right? There's no loop. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
No, we see the condition here, check if the first step not equal to 0. But you see, you just declare everything. You have nothing to do with the first step here. You have nothing in the first step, right? You got my point?
Yeah.
You got it? You see in the first step here, right? You see in the first step. Why first step not equal to 0? But at the beginning, you don't have anything with the first step. So how can you compare it if you don't have anything with it? Right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you have to correct here? What do you have to correct here? You must get input. Huh? You must get input the first score. You only when you got the input from the end user, you have something to compare. Otherwise, you have nothing here. So basically, for this one here, you see this one you have to put it here. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, I got really.
No, you don't have to. Sorry, let me show you something here. See,
Yeah, there were flip flops.
This one is the prompt, right? And this one is you got something from end user. Store it in the first step. Only when you store it in the first step, you're able to compare it, right? You're able to compare it here, right?
Yeah,
So now,
yeah, I got
after
it.
that, you do the second score. Got second score. Second test here. First, you have to make sure that they are consistent, right? So we figure out what's the average. The average here. Print out what's the average and check if average here greater than 60 or not. If correct, pass, fail, right? And you see, what else? What else you have to do? What else I have to do? What do you think? What else has to do? The thing here. Yeah, tell me.
On the there should be more on the end diff.
No.
No.
You have to just break it down, pass or fail here. That's all. Here's the thing. Now, if you look on this one, if I enter the first score here is a 60, it's not equal to 0. What happened? Ask me enter the second score, figure it out what is the average, print it out, print it for fail. Come back, check the condition. Correct or not? Now think about this one. I enter the number 60 here. You see, if the first step here is a 60, the condition here is always correct. Again, this is infinite loop here. You got my point? Because you only get input for one time only, but you check it again and again and again. It's always correct here. It's always true here. Right?
Yeah.
So how can you correct it? How can you correct it? Every time, if you have new student, again, you have to ask them to enter the new first step here. All right? So that's why you see, actually, you have to copy everything here. You have to put it here. Make sense? You see, enter the first student 60. The condition true. Enter the second one for the first student 60, 80, something like that, and figure out this one pass, print out pass. Again, what is the first score? For the second student here, and check again with the condition here. See, when you have y, come back again, right? Otherwise, you don't have this one. It is infinite loop here. It makes sense or not?
Yeah.
I think it's too much for today. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we should reserve it for the next Tuesday, because the next Tuesday is still on the module 3 here, so we still have a lot of time working with this one. Too much for today. I think it should break. I also need to break here. Okay. So, any other question from you?
No, I'll make sure to write everything down though. To make sure.
Okay. So here's my suggestion. Again, my suggestion. Again, try to working with the homework first. You have some of the homework with the debug and the Python and the Raptor also. Try to work it also. So if anything, you have anything which is challenge with all the homework, raise to me on the class here. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so see you again on Tuesday. Make sure that you have to a lot of preparation. You have to write down what you need to have from me, what homework, what assignment here. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so bye guys. See you on Tuesday.
All right.
Okay, bye bye.